All right, news time. It is news time. Okay, enough of that. Chat. We need to talk about this. I need to talk about this because shit has gone wild. Like the shit has been popping off since before. Like halfway through my stream, this happened, and I knew I was gonna have to talk about it, but shit has popped off so fucking much. So shit has popped off so fucking much. So basically, halfway through my stream last night, actually no, actually it's probably right at the beginning of my stream, perhaps. Emiru put out a statement. She put out a statement on Twitter last night, and it's not good. It's not great. So Emiru put out the statement, "Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long." There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who is hurt or shocked by it. When the clip starts, I was responding to a mod asking a question that included the word ice. I'm not someone who normally comments on or gives my opinions on serious real world topics, so it didn't really click to me that they were referring to the agency. You can see in the clip when I say thoughts on ice, there's an instant cut afterwards that makes it seem like I'm responding directly to that question, which I'm not. To clarify, since this has gotten a lot of people speculating about my real thoughts, it should go without saying no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things, and an agency like causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political, it's basic human empathy. I never made comments on stream about ICE in the first place. That was a dishonest and intentionally maliciously clipped post. It's a very common thing that clip accounts do to streamers as becoming more and more common. But it should go without saying, no one should have to live in fear or suffer because of who they are or where they're from. This is something that's always been important to me. I just tend to try to focus my creative stuff around games and cosplay rather than try to take up room in an environment already polluted by misinformation and hatred. Additionally, I thought I might as well bring this up now. It's a very traumatic and personal topic, so that is why I avoided talking about it. I will never be friends with anybody who abuses anyone, assaults people, or consumes content that enables the abuse of children. I've always been a creator who is friends or are on good terms with basically everybody. Streamers in Texas, in LA, in all different bubbles, and this has unfortunately included some bad actors. A lot of people question how these bad actors found their way into my circle, but it is certainly not because I am okay with vile behavior. Not abuse, not sexual assault, nor pedophilia. These guys did their best to hide their behavior not only from me, but from everyone around us as long as they possibly could. As serious allegations or evidence came out, I always immediately dropped them and vowed to never make content with them again. Basically, everyone in Austin did the same. These incidents, multiple of them of course, were something the streamer community here talked about extensively and affected all of us a lot. I thought actions over words, never interacting with these people again and preventing them from being involved in streamer community activities, a lot of which in Austin are hosted by me, would send a clear message that this type of shit isn't welcome. I suppose maybe that did not make how I felt clear. Well, hopefully this makes it more clear. Anyone who abuses people or children is not my friend and never will be again. Always has been that way, always will continue to be that way. I know this won't stop people from taking issue with the way I do things. I don't expect it to. I'm saying this because I know my community and friends are fatigued. That's pretty much it. Thank you for taking the time to read this. I will continue doing what I usually do. I just wanted to finally say something because the speculation and lies were getting out of control. It'll likely continue, but I hope putting my stance out there will help those who already feel unsupported and safe, like there's one less person trying to send hatred their way. This was the worst possible thing Emiru could do. This was an absolutely terrible idea. Absolutely terrible. She should have never done this. She should have never put anything out. She should have just kept on keeping on. Because what this just did is basically she just told, all of the people that have gone to the mat for her since this started basically just looked at this and go, then why the fuck were we helping you? She basically bent the knee and basically said, I will say the thing that you want to say about thing that is important to you right now with this raider. Because the whole thing was about ice. And she basically, said the thing that everybody wanted her to say. And it was the worst possible thing she could have done. She should never have done this. Why? Because number one, her stance was perfectly fine to begin with. The fact that she's like, I don't want to talk about this. I'm not knowledgeable enough to offer a reasonable opinion, and I don't want to offer an opinion because this is not what my stream about, was fine. That was actually her initial response of, I don't want to talk about this on my stream, was fine. Absolutely fine. That's why so many people were ready to defend her when people were attacking her. Because she literally did nothing wrong. And now she put this out and basically said, okay, I give up. I surrender. I'll say exactly what you want. I'll say what you want me to say. That people shouldn't have to live in fear of getting killed or being taken from their homes. And especially they shouldn't happen because of ice. Didn't she say in this post okay. Let me, I'm going to pull that because apparently there's supposedly there is an unedited clip of this incident in and of itself. Which I'm going to have to do on I'm going to have to basically do on my, now I'll have to do, I'll just cut it in post. And so I'll do, I'll cut that part in post because unfortunately the music she's playing in the background is copyrighted. So that makes it a bit of a pain in the ass for editing if I put this on YouTube, but I'll figure it out. It's fine. Maybe I'll just leave it in and just get my video blocked to Belarus and Russia again. But the thing is she bent the knee. And a facetious question, because you guys already know the answer. What do you think the responses were? What do you think the responses were? Girl, you knew what they were talking about. You answered them clear as day. Like, girl, at this point, keep that apology, and I hope Bonnie and Senna move away from you, and you don't talk to your ass ever again. Let's see. Denims, not satisfied with any statement, as she's not specifically disavowing Twitch streamer Asmongold for his political takes. Keeps pivoting her argument with people playing out her stupidity. So yeah, here's what Denims had to say about this.
Like, I think the big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold? And people try to deflect that and say, oh, wait. Oh, so everyone that you're ever friends with now needs...
But, by the way, she's the only reason why she said they're friends with Asmongold, none of the infractions that she put on that Emiru put on her list in terms of people she will never associate from, Asmongold's only quote-unquote crime with Denims is his political views. That's it. He has not committed criminal acts that would result in her ostracizing him. But for her, Asmongold lives in her head as much as he lives in Hassan's head. Let's not fuck with this. But she's like, so are you still friends with Asmongold? Are you still friends with Asmongold?
To be disavowed? Well, listen, man. when the people that you're friends with repeatedly go on the same harassment campaigns that you are experiencing a fraction of, and they're consistently saying all this horrible shit about the people getting killed by ICE, all the horrible shit, condoning and encouraging all the horrible shit that ICE.
They're not condoning anyone that died. At no point did Asmongold ever condone the 2 people that were killed in the shooting involved with ICE. He never condoned it once. That's a fucking lie. And yes, Asmongold is all in on ICE when it comes to them doing their job. Yes, he is all in on that. He absolutely wants ICE to do their job. He wants to do their job hard. Absolutely. Which, by the way, they're operating legally. By the terms of, by the law, they are operating legally. They are not doing like they're not doing what people claim, which is literally going just knocking door to door and saying papers, please. They're actually like doing targeted arrests for illegal immigrants that are in the country illegally. So, yes, he supports them doing their job.
Is doing. Like, yeah, I would hope so. Because this isn't like, listen, who's a good example? Let me think of
Anyway, I'm tired of listening to her voice. So, yeah. No, so I know you're going to be shocked, but her statement, Denims doesn't care, it's not enough. Here we go. Remember her? Remember this psychopath? We saw her in a Red video. Remember her? The uwu girl that likes to pretend she's 4 and basically has like Wally shit all over her streaming room and acts like, and basically is so like, you know, hates Lolly, but has Lolly shit all over her room. And yeah. We'll see what she has to say.
I'm just like a 30-year-old baby. What is ice? Isn't it that like stuff you put in your drink to make it look cold? Like, I know I'm a chronically online streamer and my whole...
Okay, and that's enough of that. So yeah, not good enough for her. This person's responding to Shu, who because this is what Shu responded. This is what, actually, let me pull up Emmy's again. Because Shu actually responded. Where's Emmy's? There it is. Shu actually responded. Let me see if I can still, here it is. So Shu responded, I know it's stressful in the moment being dogpiled by thousands of people, but you did nothing wrong. Absolutely correct. You don't need to speak about things you are comfortable speaking about, and you do not, in fact, have to say the line. Just say, fuck ICE. Who cares if you don't know what you're talking about? It's insane. This is mass psychosis rivaling 2020. These people are cry bullies trying to socially ostracize you for not putting a black square on your Instagram or whatever the fuck the current thing is. New drama happens all the time and they would have moved on in a few days. It's not worth capitulating. Exactly. Exactly. They would have moved on to next thing, defaulted back to their boogeyman of Asmongold in a couple days if she'd said simply nothing. And then, this person in response to, and then she said, honestly, don't realize how insane it can get. They get your head, isolate you from bad friends, make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal people opinions, or in this case, no public opinion. I immediately regretted everything every single time I bent the knee to escape harassment. I don't blame Emiru, they're demonic freaks. With this person saying, no, June, the only reason why they did that to you is because you literally married a Riper Nazi, not because you're shade. I adopt every single one of the politics of the men I'm with takes. You see, and this is spreading. Now it's spreading because Emiru bent the knee. Everybody that went after Emiru is now going to go after the big content creators that basically backed Emiru initially. Yeah, this one. I'm not mad at the response. Still think she tried to pretend her way out of answering the question, but whatever, girl, do you. Edited. Just saw the mod chat screenshots and what was asked. With that information, might I just add, girl, fuck you. You knew what was being asked. It was very clearly asking you about ICE. Again, how quickly these are a beast that cannot be fed. These people are literally a beast that cannot be fed. You will never make them happy. That's why for something as stupid as this, where Emiru said, I don't have an opinion, I'm not going to be able to give you opinion, you shouldn't be coming to me for opinions in the first place. And they dogpiled on top of her. She capitulated and said, okay, I'll say the line. And big surprise, it's not good enough. They want more. They want to destroy her just as much. The apology actually made it worse. Emiru apologizing actually made it worse, because now not only do the people that hated her and were bullying her and dogpiling her in the first place, not only are they going to redouble their efforts to go and beat her down even more, now there's a possibility that how many people that just came out of the woodwork when this happened and supported Emiru, that went to the fucking mat for her and said, you know what, Emmy? Don't even worry about it. You didn't do anything wrong. You just wanted to have a fun stream and you didn't want to say the thing. And they have a problem with it. We're behind you. How many people came out and said, we're behind you. We've got your back. Don't let them bother you. How many of those supporters that did that are going to look at what she just did and go, well, why the fuck should I support her ever again? Why should I bother offering my support to her ever again if she's just going to bend the fucking knee like this after a couple days? How many people that were in her community that, again, went to the mat for her, see this and are going to go, but why the fuck should I bother anymore? How many people are not going to come back to her stream? Because basically she kind of spat in their face of all the support that they gave her and then bent the knee. How many people are going to go, you know what? I'm moving on. Like, I don't want that to happen to Emiru. For God's sake, Emiru is a sweetheart. And I'm guessing she felt bullied into this. But this was the absolute worst thing that she could have done. Absolute worst thing. Now, supposedly there is a full unedited clip. Okay, so this is apparently the full unedited clip of, like, the full VOD, shows her agitation at demands she speak out, clearly preferring to avoid alienating the more reactionary element. So this apparently is the unedited clip of this incident. Oh, and by the way, YouTube, I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna have to cut out the audio of this because I'll probably get bonked for it. So I will try and can I do? I can't. Shit. I was gonna try and do subtitles, but I can't. So I will try to summarize for you as best as I can, YouTube. Yeah. There. So what you just saw right there. When her mod asked her about ice, initially she was like, "What? What do you?" Initially, it sounded like she was going like, "Wait, what? What the hell are you talking about?" Because I'm pretty sure and like, what are your thoughts on Ice Hassanet? Oh, and I guess that's where she was asking about Hassan, because her mod said, "So what are your thoughts on Ice Hassanet?" I don't know why her mod would do that. That's confusing. It's like, it almost looks like her mod was like trying to fuck her over. Honestly, it kind of looks like this Alley Kitty that is a mod of hers. This is like one of her head mods. It first blush thought it looks like that her mod was trying to set her up by typing that. And I think Emmy was generally confused was like, what are you talking about initially? Because her chat can move really fucking fast. A-L-Y, not two L's, one L. A-L-Y Kitty. Uh, it sounds like when she first saw the chat, like, she's got a lot of people in her chat. Her chat is probably flying away. So she was probably confused first, like, wait, Ice, what are you talking about? And then she's like, oh, I realized what it was. Then she realized, oh, that's what you mean. And now we get into the clip.
Hi there.
It was directed at her because you can see here, she's tagged. Halimad actually tagged her in the question. And this is the clip that we saw before. Yeah. This is what we saw yesterday. Where she was saying, like, if you need a streamer to tell you about politics, you probably need to get off the internet. That's what she was saying yesterday. Thank you, Zeb. Like the context is like where the beginning of it, where she sees the initial question and got confused for a second. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that was like what was clipped out. Hang on. What was clipped out is, watch the beginning here. And this part got cut out, where she realizes. Like, this is the part that got cut out. That's what she was referring to about malicious clipping. That's the part that got cut out. When she first sees it in her chat, she's like confused for a second, like, wait, what are you talking about? And then she realizes, oh, that's what you're talking about. And then goes into her thing of, well, you don't need a streamer. If you're coming to a streamer to tell you what your politics should be, you need to get off the internet and go touch grass, basically. So that was the malicious clipping she's talking about, where it's basically just like she realizes, oh, this is what you're talking about, when she was initially confused. That's it. And it's like, the agitate. And by the way, this Gato Fumador saying shows her agitation at demands she speak out. Agitation. Is there some agitation that we didn't see? Like later? Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. Like, seriously. That was like the whole thing. It's no big fucking deal. It doesn't change anything. The part that was cut out, which was the part where she was going like, what are you talking about? Oh, that's what you're talking about, and realizes what is being referenced. That was the part that got cut out. Doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. She still had a perfectly reasonable take of Why are you coming to me looking for political commentary? You shouldn't be even coming to streamers looking for, to mouthpiece for you on your politics. It was still, even with the context of what was initially cut out by the clipper, it's still fine. There was still absolutely no problem. Oh yeah, you're right. I know you're talking to Jaxa, but it is the edge of like, if you're not vocally against it, then that means you're silently supporting it in their minds. That's what these freak shows are doing, and it's just you're like, hang on, let me find it.
Hi there.
Where? Wait, is it in my? Did I save it here, or is it in my? Yeah, it's in my posts. Yeah, so I know you're gonna be shocked, but gee, Kaceytron didn't accept the apology. This was Kaceytron's response to any doing this. She was so disgusted by Ice, Tectone, and Lakari that she had to wait to get in controversy for not speaking out to speak out. She clarified she thought people were asking her about ice cubes. Okay, girl, sure. So she makes the apology, and it's still not good enough. And then we have another one. There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me that she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years. She wouldn't have even addressed it at all had it not got the traction that it did PR. Yeah, it's Kaceytron who is a fucking freak show in the first place, but this is the crux of it. She apologized, and shockingly enough, it's not good enough for people. People are now dogpiling on her all over again because she apologized. They were dogpiling her for a perceived slight because Emiru didn't say the thing or say the thing I want you to say, and so they got angry and called and was basically claiming that by her not saying anything, she was actually supporting ICE and supporting the violence and supporting Nazism and supporting fascism because she said, "Don't come looking to me for this. I'm a streamer. You shouldn't be looking to streamers for this guy to get your political opinions." And yeah, you know what? You're right. Hang on. You're absolutely right. I was so fixated, I didn't even think about that. I need to point that out. I'm going to point that out right here. Hang on. Actually, no, I'm not going to. You know why? Because we already do. We already know that Kaceytron's apology was bullshit. We already know that it was scripted. We already knew that she did not mean a fucking word of it. That basically she was forced to, it was something that, put together in coordination with her, Ethan, and their two lawyers. And she didn't want to say a word of it, but she basically had to because otherwise she would have gone bankrupt. So fuck it. I don't even need to say it. Everybody knows it. I don't need to go I don't need to go yelling at her on Twitter when everybody already fucking knows this. But of course, Hassan has to chime in on this one. Because of course he does.
Did you check out Emiru's apology? No. I haven't seen the Emiru apology stuff. I was gonna talk about it because like Asmongold apparently, like Emiru got yelled at because woke is back. And apparently that like turned into a whole thing. But before we do that, we're gonna start off with something fun and something cool.
Yeah. So he's not actually saying it, but he's cheering. He's cheering that the people that look up to him as some kind of bastion of political ideology. That was his version of cheering for the fact that Emiru got bullied and, basically attacked and essentially, like, metaphorically beaten into submission, that she had to make an apology. because she got dogpiled on so hard. He's cheering for this. That his freak show of an audience, he's cheering that his psychopathic audience attacked a woman because she's like, I don't want to talk about this on my stream. Because a woman said, I just want my stream to be about games and having fun. I don't want to talk about this. Because his psychopathic audience attacked her and forced her to, like, bend the knee, he's happy. That was his woke is back. That was him cheering. Like, this is why you don't bend the knee. This is why you don't bend the knee to these people. Because it will never be enough. And by saying don't bend the knee, I'm not talking about if you fuck up, like if you legitimately fuck up, or if you say something and you are factually wrong and you are presented with facts that prove that you are factually wrong. In that case, yeah, you do a mea culpa. You say, I fucked up. I got this wrong. My bad. I got it wrong. Sorry. Like, you can apologize when you actually get shit wrong. Like, that's perfectly fine. Hell, I do it all the fucking time. I get stuff wrong. I'm presented with the facts to discount what I've said. And I go, oh, fuck, I was wrong. Sorry, my bad. I was wrong. I do it all the fucking time. There's nothing wrong. There's no problem with you admitting the two are wrong. This was not Emiru admitting she was wrong. This is Emiru bowing to people saying, you have to say something. We cannot allow you to be silent. You actually have to say something. We are in control of your stream now. That is what just happened. All of these psychopathic freak shows literally just told Emiru, we control your stream. You will do what we tell you to do. If we want you to say the thing on your stream, you'd better say the thing on your stream or we'll attack again and we'll beat you in a submission again. That's what this comes down to. You bend the knee for them once on stuff like this, they own you. Yeah, she got put in her she allowed herself to get put in her place, and she shouldn't have. She shouldn't have. She basically should just stayed silent, ignored them, close down Twitter for a few fucking days. Like, close down Twitter, do your stream, have fun. Guarantee you, in a couple days, it would have blown over. It would have blown over because there would have been there would be next thing that is important to me that pops up that would have taken people's attention. But because she did this, now they own her and they know it. Just like with Phase Connect. This is like, this ties into what happened with Phase Connect. Because Phase Connect bent the knee in regards to Jelly and issued an apology and branded Jelly as the bad girl, they now own Phase Connect. And now anybody that says anything, anybody on Phase that says something that a bunch of the reeing, screeching, psychopathic masses don't like, they know they can get Phase to knock that person down. They know they can get Phase to shut that person down and make them give an apology. It's the same thing here. This is why you don't simply just bend the knee to these people that get pissed off at you because you do not dogmatically follow them, walk in lockstep with what they want, because in the end it's not going to matter, because in the end they're still going to devour you. In the end they'll still turn on you because it's never enough. If you give these people everything, it will never be enough. That's why from the very onset, someone tries to say something, these, the people of this stripe try to come at you, you basically go, fuck off. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. You can call me whatever you want. I know it's not true. The people that I care about, the people in my community know it's not true. And I care about them a lot more than I give a fuck about you. Because that's the thing. If Emmy had said nothing, her whole community was behind her. Her whole community was supporting her. If the only people she needs to make happy are them. As a streamer, the only people that you need to make sure that you keep happy are the ones that come to your stream to enjoy themselves and have fun. They are the ones that matter. The freak shows on the internet, the nutcases on Twitter that are demanding you say the thing because I want my words to exit from your mouth. They don't matter. They're not the ones coming to your stream. They're not the ones that are supporting your stream. I guarantee you the vast majority of people screaming on Twitter at Emiru never once showed up to their stream or showed up to her stream. Not once. They're Twittervists that all they do is scream on Twitter. I will bet you the vast majority of them not once ever even went to Emiru's stream. They damn sure did not support her stream. But because she is a soft target, they said, oh, we can bully her into submission. And they did. They knew this is what I was talking about with these people going after the soft targets. I've been fucking talking about this forever. Now it's happening. We are seeing it happening in real time and people need to wake the fuck up. This is the new tactic. This is the way that they're operating now. They're not going after the hard targets. They're not going after the Asmongold's. They're not going after the Tectones. They're not going after the people that will look them dead in the eye and go, I do not give a fuck what you have to say. You mean nothing to me. I will say what I want to say. Your opinion on the matter means precisely fuck all. Go touch grass. They're not going after those people. They're going after the soft targets that are the nice people. They're going after the people that don't want to be embroiled in drama. They just want to have their fun streams and have an enjoyable place for people to come to and get away from it all and not get involved in politics, not get involved in drama. They're the soft targets, so they're now the easy targets. That's who these people are going after now. And like a couple days ago, I would have said, fuck around and find out because there were going to be more people backing up Emiru than there were people going after her. Emiru would have had Emiru had a fuck ton of support behind her saying, Emmy, you didn't do anything wrong. You were fine. These people are psychotic and they just want you to say the thing. Everything you did was perfectly valid and perfectly good, and you did nothing wrong. It's only in their twisted, fucked up, brain-dead, retarded minds that you did something bad, and that's it. She had thousands upon thousands of people telling her that. They were ready to go to the mat for her. And she basically just spat in their face with this. With this statement, they spat, it was kind of a slap to the face for everybody that was there for her. And I don't know what's going to happen next with it. I hope it doesn't affect her stream. I hope Annie continues to be as incredibly successful as she has. But I'm looking at this from a logical social standpoint. People don't take very kindly when you offer your support and your strength to help someone out in need, and then that person basically just shoves that aside and says, "Nope, I'm gonna bend to the bullies." So I don't know what's gonna happen now. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that she'll probably be fine in the long run. Yeah. She will be fine in the long run, I'm sure. But this is the perfect example. Her apology is the perfect example of what not to do. This is the poster shot. This is the poster post for what not to do. Because it's getting out of it's getting out of control. They will want more. Let me give you another perfect example. You may recognize someone here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. So we have a little bit of a ghost from our past. After I posted this, so I posted this to when Kaceytron said this. And I said, tell me again how you think caving or capitulating to these people is a good idea. Nothing will ever be enough for them, so give them nothing and let them meaninglessly scream into the void. Well, Cure decided to post something in response to my retweet. You guys remember Cure, right? Decided to come at me on Twitter, ended up showing up in my stream, and thought we had things worked out well, came to an amicable conclusion. Yeah, Kira's one that was basically trying to fight with me on, yes, now you remember. Well, Kira decided to basically post a comment on my tweet here. She's right, though, referring to Kaceytron. I'm not sure if the anti-left meta is to pretend that everything they say is crazy mumbo-jumbo, but she's right to say that Emiru is a cynical fence-sitter, and she was fence-sitting on violent government thugs killing people in corrupted pursuit of justice. These are the people that Emiru bent the knee to. These are the people. Yeah, don't go brigade, sire. Don't go brigade Cure about this. Like, leave Cure alone. Somebody in the comments already slapped Cure for it. In addition to me, like, I clapped back on this, and Cure has not responded back since. But these are the people that Emiru bent the knee to. These are the people. Cure, Kaceytron, all the other stuff that we saw. Those are the people that Emiru bent the knee to, and they don't care. They do not care that Emiru they don't care that she bent the knee and did a mea culpa. It's not good. It wasn't good enough for them. It's never going to be good enough. And that's why when they say you have to bend the knee and kiss the ring, you tell them, sit and spin, motherfucker. Give them nothing and take everything from them. That's it. It's as simple as that. Thank you, Arctic. Thank you for the dono. I still haven't fixed the alerts, but thank you very much. Yes, it does need to end. How does it end? Well, it ends by the people, it ends by those that basically have spearheaded this, tell their following, knock it the fuck off. The problem is it is reached to such a rabid point that even if the people that kind of spearhead these movements, like Hassan, like Denims, like the politicians who have spearheaded this, even if they say stop, the beast has gotten loose and they can't control it anymore. They can't, it's gotten out of control and they cannot control it anymore. Like the shit happening in Minnesota, you've had basically these rioters, these insurrectionists in Minnesota, because they were not brought under control by trying to destroy the state. They actually stormed the Capitol building and demanded the governor do more. He's no longer good enough for them. Again, they will eat their own at the drop of a hat. It will take next to no effort to get them to turn on their own and devour one another. We see this in real time. So give them nothing. Give them nothing and just basically tell them, you don't matter. Someone tries to tell you, you have to agree with me. You have to say what I want you to say.
Hi
No, you
there.
don't. No, you don't. You simply just tell them, no, I don't have to. Bye. And let them scream into the void because that's all they'll have left. No one can force you to say something that you don't believe in when it comes to these people. You give them nothing and just let them scream themselves into the void. That's it. It's literally as simple as that. Because if you give in, they will never stop and they'll take everything from you. Yeah. stand, block, ignore, laugh, or farm. Or farm like I'm doing. So yeah, I wanted to address that. It's been bugging me, but there's a few other things that's been going on. Let's see. Where was it? Let's see. Oh, something about Tectone. Oh yeah, here we go. Something with advanced GG. I saw this. So apparently Pixie, who is a puppy VTuber, don't know who she is, has left Advanced GG. Don't know why. But Advanced GG just lost another of their content creators. Another one of their VTubers has now left Advanced GG. That's what? 4 VTubers that Advanced GG... 5 VTubers that have left Advanced GG within the last, 2 weeks? Thank you for the tier 3 Croupy veteran. Thank you very much. And yes, this is after Rev and Straw. This was announced 4 hours ago. She made this announcement 4 hours ago.
Advanced GG has become Advanced Teleo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And people were just saying it's for the best. You made the right choice. You did the right thing. Escaping a sinking ship. Based, good job. Yeah. I told you, Advanced GG is going under within a month or 2. Advanced GG will go the way of the dodo in about a month or 2.